Hello everybody and welcome back to, well, some more Shadowverse. I know I haven't really been making that many videos recently, but, well, I haven't really had much to make videos on. I haven't really been playing too many new decks because I've been kind of playing off and on, mostly on mobile and all of that sort of thing, so I haven't really been making anything new happen, and it would be wrong to just record more of the same crap for no reason. However, today is a little bit of a special thing. It's a little bit different. As you may notice in the upper left, I am at 50,000, which means that my master trials have begun. Which means that I'm going to be doing those on camera. Wow, there's only three? You only have to win 2 out of 3 to get into master. I just assumed it would be like 3 out of 5 or something, or like a little more than that. Alright. Just gotta win 2 games and then we're in master. But, well, I figured it would be a good thing to document. I got here, well, when I was at the very, very low ranks with a really trashy Havencraft deck that I built myself because, I was very new and I like building my own decks when I can. Then I got to AA1 almost exclusively with kind of one of a series of swordcraft brews that I made myself. Oh, good. Connection timing out. I certainly hope. Okay, good. I had a timeout in Arena once and it gave me a loss, which was terrible. But got to AA1 with Swordcraft Brew that I made kind of myself. Then Rise of Bahamut dropped and I played Swordcraft for a little while after that. But it really wasn't that good anymore. Swordcraft got a lot worse, at least the kind of more aggressive Swordcraft style of decks that I was trying to make got a lot worse with the advent of Rise of Bahamut because things like Control Blood got a lot more popular. And because of that, I ended up switching to a Roach deck, which is nearly entirely net decked, barring a couple of tech choices I put in to make the deck a little bit more aggressive. Because, well, in ladder, I like to play aggro. That's just how it goes. It's not even really aggro so much as it is combo, but the difference isn't really there for a lot of people. I think I'm mulling Goblin Mage. I think I want to get a little bit of a better start. But regardless, in honestly more matches than I expected it to take me because I had a much better win rate beforehand. In more matches than I expected, I am now at 50,000, and, well, hopefully we can make something happen off of that. I think I lost one of my Trials series going into AA, and I think it just restarts you at the front of that. So hopefully it'll do that, because if I lose and I have to climb again, that might suck. Okay, I don't know if I want to trade here. Normally Spartoy Sergeant signals that it's going to be the more controlling kind of Shadow, but even aggro Shadow decks will sometimes run Death's Breath, just because of the Roach matchup. But, no, I think I always want to trade here. I think I might err on the side of being a little bit too aggressive a lot of the time. And I would just let trades like that go instead of doing anything about it. Spartoy Sergeant is kind of annoying, but Goblin Mage is actually probably one of our better draws for that turn. Because it sets up a relatively easy way to kill the Sergeant next turn, and then we can Fortune Hunter and evolve, and we'll have access to all 3 of our Roaches. Which means that we're looking, hopefully, to set up a turn 7 or 8 lethal, which means that we're also hoping for them not to have Death's Breath. Because if they have Death's Breath, we're not getting through that. Alright, so turn 7's probably going to be a little bit ambitious. They already have 6 shadows, so If they play Death Breath, we basically lose because we have nothing in our hands that can deal with that.
Destiny calls.
Erd into evolve, presumably. Yeah, that makes sense.
No one escapes
Could be worse. But yeah, turn 7's probably a little bit ambitious for this unless we draw an Elven Princess Mage right now. Yeah. We didn't, which is fine, but... Because, okay, well, turn 7 we'd have Goblin Mage... With our current hand, we'd have Goblin Mage, then... I guess probably... Yeah, you'd probably just, Would you Nature's Guidance Fairy Champion? Well, play Fairy Champion then Nature's Guidance it, or would you Roach then Nature's Guidance? No, you'd have to Roach Guidance, Roach. Or if you wanted to get in one more damage, you could just Guidance the Goblin Mage and attack with that, but that would still only be 12 with an evolve. I think what is best in life right now is playing out some roaches early.
Defend the forest.
It's maybe a little bit too greedy, but I don't think we can give them time to potentially stabilize. I don't think we have the luxury of doing that. Alright, Death Breath into Concede. That's fine.
Want to play?
Yeah, if you're playing Forestcraft and you're against Shadowcraft and it's not aggro, you can pretty much expect them to have Death Breath on between turns 6 and 8 literally every time, because I'm pretty sure most of them will just keep it in their opening hand. Because, well, against Roach it just wins you the game. Dance of Death is by far our best draw. Probably not going to be enough, but I'm not going to give up just yet, because it's possible that they won't have another thing. And if they don't have another thing, we might be able to win. If they play Lord of the Flies, I probably just lose. But, you know. Especially as this variety of Roach, there's pretty much nothing you can do about... Okay, there's pretty much nothing you can do about Lord of the Flies into... I mean, Death Breath into Lord of the Flies. This is pretty bad, too. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty bad, too. Yeah. Because absolute best case was draw another Dance of Death, and even then they stay at 8. Okay, so that's... Well, I guess I just do this for value. In an ideal world, it kills his entire board. In literally any other world than the one where it's Christmas every day for me, we're still not going to get anything out of it. But it's not really bad. It uses 3 of his mana. If he draws good cards, then we're still probably screwed, but there's always the possibility that he didn't draw any good cards. And playing Kai'Sa that turn kind of suggests that he didn't, really. If we draw another Nature's Guidance, we may even have... Ooh, okay. This has potential. As we can, we can just make a big old fucking ancient elf. I don't think there's a reason to Roach the zombie that turn. I think we have to kind of commit a little bit harder into using the roaches to kill him and hoping he doesn't have any wards.
You're nothing but a child.
He's drawn really hard. I guess that means he doesn't have answers offhand, which is good. Is he going to trade his entire board into this? No way.
Destiny calls.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm the
Oh, well.
protector. Life's fate is that.
Well, okay. Best draw Sylvan Justice. Elven Princess Mage doesn't get us anywhere. Okay.
The forest is crying for help.
I think I have to just do this. At this point, there isn't a way we can win because he's healed for 6 off of the Unicorn Dancer, or... yeah, it's 6. But... yeah, okay. Deathbrand means we die. That's okay. He had the double Erd, which was actually really problematic. Really heavily screws over Ancient Elf.
Come on, let's play.
And we didn't high roll it, and we're dead anyway. Alright, that's fine. Just need to win the next 2. Or if we don't do that, then we probably just need to play another one. Oh, don't show me like that. Don't tease me with the master rank symbol. Come on. I want to know what's in that menu. I don't know what's in the menu. There's a secret Masters menu. You can't even click on it if you're not in Masters, but they show you it exists. They're like, oh, if you get to Masters, you'll have this secret extra friggin' menu. No stone unturned. I gotta know.
Time for me to prove myself.
Alright, if this is Daria, we have a decent chance. Elfchild and Fairy Circle is not a bad... ooh, that's good. If this is Daria and we draw Ancient Elf, we win probably like 80% of the time with this opening hand. If it's Dimension Shift, we probably win anyway, because D-Shift is not really great against... that great against Roach. Mm-hmm. Earthright is its own problem. And I do mean problem. I've beaten Earthright before, but this is by far the worst matchup in Runecraft for this deck. By far. Honestly, like, by a significant margin. This is the worst matchup in Runecraft for Tempo Roach. But it's doable. Selwyn's command usually plays a pretty big role. And surprisingly, I think a lot of times I end up grinding them down more than comboing them out, because it's extremely unreliable to get any significant amount of roaches past all of those taunts. And yeah, I am gonna burn a guidance here, but I don't think that's too much of a problem. My initial plan was to Elfchild, but just Elfchild and Water Fairy and trade into the Dwarf Alchemist, but I think playing Goblin Mage is probably better. I'm actually not too mad if he evolves the Alchemist. Like, I suppose it's not good to give him the card draw, but I'd say it's roughly equal in a lot of ways too. That was a terrible choice of evolution. Veteran Alchemist is not going to do anything for you. You healed for 2. You're supposed to do that after I get my initial damage in, then. Okay, this is actually pretty good. This is a pretty good good situation for us, which I did not expect to be in. If he plays, oh, what is it? The 2/4 for 5 that makes all of the unreasonable amount of Conjure Guardians. If he does that this turn, we're probably still in a very bad way, but otherwise, it's not too bad.
It won't be long now.
Alright, so now that he's evolved Dwarf Alchemist, things that we need to watch out for are flooding the board in the face of Calamitous Curse. I think that might be kind of a waste of a Petrification. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a good top deck. Do we want to commit a Roach? No, I don't think we do.
Don't hurt me. Hey, let's play.
So keep back. Don't really want to put any of our zero cost fairies out or anything like that in the face of Calamitous Curse. Like, we need to put some pressure on, and I expected him really in a lot of ways to do that turn, but that's okay. Ooh, Fina is actually. If we draw Guidance, we might actually have lethal next turn because it'll be really hard for him to set up more than one Guardian Golem without any sigils on the board. But that is kind of dependent on us drawing Nature's Guidance, which, yes, that's short. That's marginally frustrating, but it's probably not as bad as it could be. He's going to have to commit the sorcery, and we're both out of Evolves.
Running away is okay.
Alright. Oh, for a second I thought we were actually going to get it. We're going to get the Dream Nature's Guidance. I'll play Fina. Next turn we actually have enough to play Dance of Death and 2 Rhino and 2 Roaches, which would be, what is it? 5 and 6 damage respectively? Yeah, 5 and 6 damage. And yeah, I'm going to actually I'll commit a single Roach because we didn't have full board space. So that's 5 damage to face. Calamitous Curse, Ancient Alchemist is the one that screws me forever. Oh, and it really does, it really does. Alright, there's 3 Guardian Golems to deal with. Not too much to be done about that. Even if we draw Nature's Guidance next turn, we can't get past. We can't get past 2 Guardian Golems, and he'll have 3 up because he still has the 1 Conjure Guardian in his hands, and he'll get the Juno's Lab. Yeah, that's pretty much game. But I guess I'll commit the rest of my Roaches to continue the face train for now. Because I don't think we have any outs against 3 Guardian Golems. And if we draw Selwyn's Command next, why do they always commit the Olivia instead of just... Okay. Well, if we draw Selwyn's Command, we can push another 4 damage. Sylvan Justice pushes 1. We have no Roaches left in the deck. We have 1 Dance of Death, 2 Selwyn's Commands. We're taking minimum... Probably minimum 6 this turn, if I had to guess. What is this greed on the part of my opponent? Why are they not playing their remaining Conjure Guardian?
It won't be long now.
like, of course, you have me bent over a barrel. I understand that. Like, you've successfully expressed as much to me.
Sparkly stuff.
Oh well. Alright, so that's Master Trial 1 over with. I have lost 2 of the 3 rounds. Rest in peace, me. And you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I'll try again, unless it puts me. Oh, man, that's so doom and gloom. Unless it puts me below 50,000, but I think I'm just starting the trials again, which is good. Yep. All right. And yeah, I realize that if this goes to the 3rd match, this video might be like an hour long. And if I fail again, which would absolutely suck, I'm not going to do it all in one video. But I kind of want to get this over and done with, so then I can be in Master and I can play terrible decks. Because I actually have a,
Time for me to prove
probably
myself.
the worst deck
This one's for my family.
that can be built. I decided that I was going to play that once I reached Master because I couldn't fall any further. And I think the gimmick was going to be that I was going to keep the video going until I got a win, but I don't think I can play for like 3 hours and record all of it. But you probably got a preview of it from my deck screen. It's been on there for the last little while. I built it while I was kind of drunk in Japan, which should say volumes about the ultimate quality of the deck. Dragon is actually usually a pretty good matchup for me. They don't play too many wards other than, I guess, Neptune? And sometimes Grim Warden, the 4-drop 3/4, and occasionally Dragon Guard, but Dragon Guard's a lot less common. And we can contest aggro decks pretty effectively if it's the aggro deck, along with having the potential to just kind of outrange their big threats because we can combo them down because their big threats don't have ward. I'm gonna flood because he can't Breath of the Salamander yet. Excuse me. And if it turns out to be late game Dragon, we usually just end up being able to relatively easily combo them down. Just suicide that turn, huh? Okay, so Breath of the Salamander, if I'm not mistaken, does 5 to 1 target and 2 to everything else, so Evolving Fina means that he cannot kill my board if he Salamanders, which means that he would be literally dead next turn if he just has Salamander. And I don't really know that Dragon has much better board clear than that. So, yeah, Goblin Mount Demon's one thing, but that's only 9 health. We have 9 damage on board. Okay, I actually thought that they were just gonna, like, let that go. Okay. I am pretty sure I am lethal. And no, I'm not counting, because I am full of bad habits. Yep, that's over lethal. Alright, turn 6 victory is kind of where I want to be at. And no, playing nothing other than a single Dragon Knight until Goblin Mount Demon turn and evolving that is not going to be good enough on the part of our opponent. Which means that now we're in a significantly better position than we were during those last trials. And excuse me, I'm going to have to cough again, and I'm going to probably do it in the mic because I'm bad at stopping myself from doing that. And I should have had some water before I started recording. Rookie mistake. So I noticed, Kripparrian was playing Shadowverse again. I don't know if the streams are still sponsored, but it's kind of interesting how everyone on the Shadowverse subreddit is like, "Ooh, Crypt playing."
This one's for my family.
I'm going to post Twitch clips of what he's doing on the stream, and talk about how much he's enjoying himself as compared to normal, which normal for Kripparrian is Hearthstone. And it's extremely important, as we all know, to continually compare card games to one another. I'm not really above it myself, but I can at least act superior. Well. Okay, Dragon Emissary means it's either aggro that's using it to fish exclusively Olivia, in which case them not having a play on turn 1 or 2 is good, or it's control, in which case we're in a good position again. Just by virtue of it being control. Sylvan Justice is a great counter to Unica, and I will not hesitate to use it. Double Fina plus Goblin Mage in my hand means that I am pretty much guaranteed to have all of my roaches by turn 7, which really spells single target Breath of the Salamander. Okay, he probably has another one in his hand then. That's fine. Fina behind it. This is the true power of Fairy Champion. It's against decks. Oh, yep. It's against decks that can't deal with the one taunt, and then you evolve the Fina, and then you'd win. Alright, well. Have we done it? Yep. We've made it to Master. Those two matches went a lot faster than I expected them to. In fact, they took less than half of the time of the other two that I lost. Interesting. Alright. We've done it. I am the Master. Shadowverse Rex title. I don't know why you would translate it as Shadowverse Rex. It doesn't sound really that good to me. I think I remember seeing the Japanese translation was like Master of Shadowverse or something. Even that's a little bit cooler. But now I'm going to look at the elusive Masters menu, and I'm probably gonna sign off after that. But what does this do? Oh no! It shows me all of the seasons I missed. Oh, that's brutal. And what is this? Full rankings, or is it just? There is nothing in the Masters menu. You get no new information. Why are you going to keep it a secret if there's nothing in it? What are you doing, man? Oh, such a letdown. Such a letdown. I'm in Master, I don't even care. 719 wins is higher than I was hoping. But 719 in Master is actually not that bad. I don't know what the average is. If any of you are in Master, actually, I would be personally interested if you just told me your win totals. I don't really need any verification. It's not like it's a scientific study. But I'd be personally interested in it to know roughly what the average game count and, by extension, win rate is for people to get into certain ranks. But I think for now we've made it in. That's going to do it for me. If for some ungodly reason you enjoy my gameplay and my complete non-existent commentary, let me know. I don't do videos as much anymore, but I might do some more in the future if people give me feedback. Really helps a lot. As for now, that'll do it for me, and I will see you all next time.